All right. If you guys have a show rate of like less than 60%, which is probably most of you guys, this video is going to be for you. This is a problem lots of my clients initially have in the beginning. This is something we have to fix. So let's just walk through this video on everything that we use internally today, all of our clients use. And right here, you can see on the top, this is probably you. Why is no one showing up to my calls? This is you right there. Probably not as happy as that dude. Less than 60% show up rate, and how we get 90% show up rate here on our tracker for this month. And guess my break is in 6 hours after all these calls. Like, that should be the problem. Like, you don't have time to shit. That should be what you should be dealing with. So I'm going to walk you through what you do, and then I'm going to walk you through what we do and how it's a little bit different. So what you guys do most of the time, kind of what I see, lead books a call, and wherever you guys are getting your leads in from, they sent out some SMS, email automations. You can make it automatic. You can make them try to look personalized. Reality is they don't really work. And I'll kind of show you exactly why and how we do that a little bit different. And call them later to see if they qualify. Maybe within the hour, trying to get a quick response in. Maybe later in the day, you're a little bit busy and maybe they pick up, maybe they don't. And then from there, you try calling them up again, maybe the next day, see if they pick up, and they still don't pick up. So you're just like, all right, hope they show up, and they don't show up. So I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with that whole process. That's probably what you're going through right now. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. So this is how we get hundreds of leads and how we make sure all of our appointments that get booked from those leads actually show up at 90% plus. And lots of times we've had like 100%. Now, this is what we do a little bit different. So I'll start off right here. Lead books call, same exact thing. Now, difference is going to be, number one, you're going to see our appointment setter is calling up within 5 minutes, not calling up within an hour, within 15 minutes, later in the day, and we have specific reasons for that. Number one, SMS and email automations, those are going out. They could be super automated. It doesn't have to be personalized. It could be like the most automated, robotic looking thing ever. All our testing, it doesn't matter how you make it. What really matters is everything else here. Number one, appointments that are calling within 5 minutes. Why is that important? People have such terrible attention spans. So you guys are probably clicking off this video right now, and that proves my case. If you're running Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram, Meta, whatever kind of ads, these people are swiping for entertainment. They're on their downtime. Right above them is a video from like Speed, and right above him is a video from like Mr. Beast. So you're competing with these guys. We have to be quick to the point with the ad, and we also have to be quick to the point when it comes to calling them. And here's some stats for you guys. If you call someone up within 5 minutes, they're 27 times as likely to actually pick up your call. Whereas if you wait just an extra 5 more minutes at that 10-minute mark, that drops down to 4 times as likely they'll actually pick up your call. So imagine how many leads you guys have just been wasting. We can be tracking this stuff on software like Go High Level, Alaware. You can even use some sort of like Discord reaction notification system. However you want to do it, we just need to make sure 95%, if not 100% of leads are getting called up within 5 minutes within the time zones we're trying to target. Now, what we do after that really comes on building desire. So the first little mini boss is the setter. This is going to be the main meat and potatoes you guys need to be going into. So number one, we have the setting call. So on the setting call, this is how it should kind of go as a framework. So step number one, what is the problem? Step number two, inflate the problem. Step three, find the goal. Step 4, inflate the goal. And I'll kind of run you through an example here. Let's find out the problem. Say someone is coming into you. You're a person that does leads and appointment setting for, let's say, roofers or whatever it may be. Let's find out what the problem is. You guys need more leads. Okay, solid. Now let's dig a little bit deeper. Why do you need more leads? How long has that been a problem for? If you're not getting leads, you're probably not getting appointments. You're probably not getting revenue, right? Okay, awesome. So what's wrong with that? Why can't you just chill at 2K a month? Like, why is that actually a problem? Oh, because, I got to pay my family, I got to pay my workers, I want to go out vacation, I need more time. Whatever the problem is, then we're going to inflate that. Awesome. So we keep this going for like another 5 months. You think it's going to fix on its own or probably get worse? You're probably going to be at 1K, probably going to lose this. We really want to inflate the problem. Then from there, we want to do the opposite and find their goal. So let's say magic wand, we fix all this, and now you have all the leads you possibly could want. You have all the appointments you possibly could want, all the clients. What are you going to do? Well, once I'm like 50K per month, I'll probably have more money. That's kind of the goal, right? No, we got to dig a little bit deeper than that. What are you going to do that? Like, what are you going to do with that money, right? Are you going to go out? Are you going to go shopping? You're going to buy McLaren? You're going to go out to Dubai? What's going to happen? Oh, I want to spend more time with my family. Why is that important to you? Do you feel like, I feel like, I'm not spending a lot of time, kind of stuck in the business instead of working on the business, stuff like that. We want to really put them in a position where they're visualizing their goal, what's happening, and really showing them, okay, you are in this goal, take it in, see how it looks like. We want their head in the clouds. Now, once we have that, and they're like super happy, super chirpy, and like they're top of the world, they remember why they started all of this. That's where we tie them back down and say, well, shit, you're not there. You're actually here in this massive problem we just inflated for you. This is the reality. There's now problem, goal, there's a giant chasm right in between them. So we've built that. Now what? Now they realize, can you do this on your own? If you went off this call 3 months from now, you think you can get that goal? Let them tell you, no, they probably can't. They're closing themselves already. Now, once they tell you that, that's where we provide the bridge. You guys are the bridge. The service is the bridge. And now it makes sense to actually want to listen to your service because it is the bridge. Now it's not just, oh, this person's going to do X, Y, Z for me. It's this person is going to bring me from my current problems to my goals that I want to hit. So it's a lot more personalized now. And then from there, it's super easy to just book them in. And the desire's already built. They're going to want to actually get on a call with you even before you do the rest of this stuff here. If you just did just this part a little bit, like even mediocrely better than what you're doing right now, you're just going to see a huge increase in show up rate. Now, there's a lot of things we need to be doing after this to just really hit the hammer on the nail and get a better and better and better show up rate. So from there, we book and nurture. Now, what does nurture mean? For nurtured content, there's two things we need to know. There's a 7-hour rule. If you guys don't know what that is, someone who consumes 7 hours worth of your content will be ready to buy without, external sales influence, just because they like, know, and trust you. Whether that's through, YouTube content, watching a video like this. I don't know, you see Alex Hormozi everywhere. You don't even know what he's going to pitch you, but the moment he just gives you something, you already know you're going to take it, if it's within your budget. Even if it's not, you should just know you're going to want to have it. So how do we nurture our prospects? There's a lot of things we do here. Number one, we have the VSL, right? The purpose of the VSL should be to close the lead before they even get on call, to pre-objection handle the most common things you hear on the closing calls. We want all those out of the way. Common questions, if you pick up lots of common objections in like the past 10 sales calls, we want to answer those or diffuse those on the VSL so that it's solved. You don't have to worry about that. Now, what the setter is going to be doing here at the very end of the call, where they're booking and nurturing them, at the very end, the setter should be saying, awesome. So we have you booked on this day, this day. You sure going to make it? Awesome. You sure? Okay. Partner? No. All the normal stuff we should be pre-checking for. We're then going to say, okay, so here's the VSL. It could be a free training. It could be something, however you want to word it, but they need to watch it because this VSL is going to be the thing that actually closes them before they hop on that call with you. So you're going to say, okay, can you, real quick, I sent you over an email. Can you open it just so I can check that it works? Maybe the link wasn't working. Like, you just say it like that. You know it works. Now, what that does is that VSL is going to open up on the tab. They'll actually be able to see it, or you can just tell them to watch it right after the call. Now, what we also like to do is say, watch it on your own time. Do you want to watch it on your own time? Or do you want to watch it in call with the closer? Say the closing, say the closer's name or the CEO. And that pretty much just gives them an ultimatum. The video needs to be watched, and you have two options. You can either do it on your own time, or you can watch it in call and spend 30 minutes doing that, right? Now they are going to watch it, and don't be afraid of that. The VSL is so important. You guys create it for a reason. If someone shows up to the call, the first thing we do is ask if they watched the VSL. If they haven't, we reschedule them. No questions asked. Come back again later. Now, like I was saying right here, that was duplicated. Don't worry about that. We want to solve their problems with free value in the means. So this is something the setter can do, but also something closer can do, which we'll get into a little bit. But we want to give them as much free value and solve as many of the problems as we can before the call even happens. Now, this video goes over how to increase the show up rate, but there's a direct link with increasing your show up rate to a direct link of increasing your closing rate percentage. So you guys are getting a double whammy here. So you said you need help with show up rate. Say the person you're on call with, the setter's on call with, who said he needs more leads, he also said he needs help with show up rate. That's abysmal. So one thing you could do as a setter or the closer, you can send them this video, right? Obviously one that you made, not me, and send that to them, and they can implement that immediately right after the end of that setting call and get free value, instantly fix their show up rate for the rest of those calls they have scheduled before your call where you close them. And now they're going to see what you have works. You're giving it for free, and now they're thinking, what else does this dude have that can actually help me out? Now, case studies, we don't want a general XYZ, all these people. No one believes them. No one cares. We want to be specific. This person who is in our program right now, we can screen share. We can show you a screenshot. You can contact him. He has the exact same problem you're telling us on call, and we fixed it with this, with a why. And that's going to resonate a lot more deeply with them because it's more personalized and they're going to believe it. Then from there, people always do the research. So we need to make sure we're doing social page optimization. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, wherever you're on, we need to make sure we have free content. These just examples, free content, free courses, useful YouTube videos, something like this, where people can go on your actual ICP and they can just pick and choose. This guy has this video, watch it. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing, and he's just giving this out for free. I can only imagine what he's going to give when I actually pay this guy, right? This is what we should be optimizing for. So they like, know, and trust you before they get on call with you. Something 99% of you guys are not doing. Now, the next point we need here is a closer contact. After we've done that, the setter's doing its job. The setter's not just there to set an appointment, as most people like to do it. The setter is the first closer to make sure they get closed before they even get to the closer's job. Right? That should be what we're trying to shoot for here. So day of, setter introduces and hands off trust to the closer. How can we do that? You can do that through a three-way call. You can do that by adding each other into a group chat. Hey, this is the closer. Lots of things we could do, but all of our closers should be doing this, and this is what they do. The day of their appointment, if even possible, a little bit sooner, we like to do same day, next day, which kind of forgot to put in here, but real quick side tangent. Make sure we're always booking same day, next day. We don't want to be booking 3 days in advance, 4 days in advance, 5 days in advance. The decay that you'll see in show up rate is astonishing. Same day, next day, implement that right now. Don't think of anything else, and that's just going to fix your show up rate a lot more. Back to this. Hand off to a setter. Now, you guys have iPhones, right? If you don't have an iPhone, you should honestly be buying an iPhone. I don't know why you guys are using Androids. Blue text bubbles. So a good benefit our closers have with using iPhones is we'll be able to send a voice message, on messages. You click the plus button and it's like the little audio wave icon, like the little bubble of the voice message. Send it over to them, 30 seconds long. Doesn't need to be anything real fancy. Hey, this is Derek. I'm really excited for our call today. Just was right here prepping and, I just want to give you my personal phone number, in case you have any questions for me. Real quick, did you watch the VSO? Time's still good, pre-qualify anything else. Then from there, just have a small conversation with them when they actually reply, because they will reply. People love that so much. The amount of compliments we get from people like, hey, honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to buy, but I really fucking love what you guys are doing with, actually being personal and talking with us, Now what this does is it changes, okay, you're going to be on call with Alpha Ascension at 3 p.m. on Wednesday to you're going to be on call with this really nice dude named John who has a dog. He's a real person. And, he'll be helping you out at 3 p.m. There's a huge disparity between that and them being disassociated with some random other 5 calls they probably have booked. That's what we want. Super personalized, human to human, not some dissociation. Then from there, have a small conversation with them throughout the day, give them more value if they possibly need it. And next step, hope they show. But unlike the top one here, where they don't show, these guys are actually showing up. Now, throughout this whole process, not only is the show up rate better, but the closing rate is a lot better because they like, know, and trust you. They know what you do works. They've seen case studies. They've been heavily nurtured. Now that sales call isn't a sales call anymore. It's an onboarding call. These guys are getting on, and you don't have to deal with 1 hour or 2 hour long objection handle calls asking 50 different things that you already covered. Now it just becomes, hey, real quick question, buying questions, right? I just need to know this one last thing. Is this true or not? Awesome. Okay. How much is it? Okay, that's within budget. Boom, enrolled. They're in, onboarding call, no more sales call. And once you have something like that, your guys' closing rate is going to be like over 40%, over 50%, depending on how good you guys really have a closing team. Now, if you just implement all that stuff, you guys are going to see huge success here. If you want, take a picture of this, go ahead, implement all this. Even if you just implement half of this stuff, guys, I guarantee you your show up rate is going to skyrocket. So make sure to do it. If you guys actually like everything you see so far, feel free to, drop a like. Have any questions, drop me a comment or something. I'll make sure I get to it. Besides that, I'll see you guys.